Welcome to today's deck discussion video. This time, I have a rank 7 armeddragon deck that uses Tomahawk to link summon monsters. Recently, I made a video on another rank 7 deck featuring tunes and synchros. That deck ended on Barone, Chengying, and Savage Dragon. This deck we will be ending on Simorgh, Apex Avian, Masquerena, Link Spider, and potentially an additional monster. This combo line is much shorter so you won't injure yourself, and it's way more consistent since armeddragons have so many ways to get 2 level 7s on the board. We will go through 2 replays together. The first one is where we get to set up on the first turn against heroes. The second one will show what we do when the deck bricks against Therions. We opened with the full combo. Small World reveals level 7 from my hand and Droll from my deck. This allows me to add Tempest to my hand. Pile summons itself by discarding the other level 7, and level 7 adds another pile to my hand. Pile sends level 5 to the grave and it gains attack, but we only need level 5 to add Gram to our hand. Tempest summons itself by banishing 2 wind monsters from the grave, and then I overlay into Tomahawk. Unlike the Toon deck, Tomahawk needs to be in the extra monster zone. We need all 5 tokens. Link 2 for Harvey Conductor, and Link Climb into Simorgh. Link 2 for Masquerena, and then Link 1 into Spider. We can then banish another 2 dragons for Gram. We want an extra monster so we can use Masquerena on our opponent's turn to link into Underworld Goddess. In the end phase, Simorgh summons Apex Avian. Strangely, they open with Fusion Destiny. I immediately negate it. I still have 2 interruptions, but I need to wait until they commit to their plays. Interrupting too early would be a huge misplay, and it will lose us the game. I will speed up their plays until we get to the interesting part. Finally, they summon Plasma, but we have Imperm locked and loaded. A Dusted Gold adds Dark Calling, and they use it to summon Malicious Bane. This is the perfect time to use Mask before Bane can activate. This goddess cannot be destroyed by card effects, and once per turn it can also negate a summon from the grave. They summon Great Tornado and finally attack over my Simorgh. In main phase 2, they fusion summon DPE. Strangely, tries to use its effect which doesn't affect Goddess, and Goddess negates its summon effect. That is the highest value Goddess negate that I've ever done. On standby, draw hand gets negated by Goddess. Tempest banishes 2 wind monsters to summon itself. I attack, and Increase puts itself on the spell and trap zone, and I use Feather Duster to sweep it away. They start doing their combos, but the best I can do is use Honest to attack over Goddess. In the end phase, Tempest bounces back to our hand. Now, look how easy it is for us to summon so many monsters. You can see how this deck is strong going first, and that the grave is just a second hand. I hope they didn't mind it too much that I spent some time here showing off what the deck can do. This time, we didn't open too well, but we opened with a funny card, Terrors of the Overroot. I set it and pass. Thunderbird gets revealed and I try to use Max C. I lose that minigame. Then I attempt to use Droll, but once again, I lose that minigame. Regulus targets Reaper in the grave, but I use Overroot to send Thunderbird to the grave and then set Reaper. Regulus still summons itself. They attack and then end their turn. Assuming they do not have any hand traps, they have 1 negate on board. I summon level 3 discarding level 7. Regulus negates it, but we don't care. Level 7 adds Pile, and Pile summons itself by discarding Gram. I use it to Foolish level 5, gaining attack points, but also adding Tempest to my hand. I destroy Regulus, and then I start our combo, but we lose out on a token since we have another monster. But we still end on a goddess board with 1 negate. They start with our yugioh, but it doesn't do anything. Duel gets activated, but I negate it. Then they tried to end the main phase, but then I linked their monster away with Masquerena. And finally, we won the duel. This deck is very flexible and can play through several negates. Its biggest weakness is opening with too many unplayable level 7 monsters, but we try to minimize the risk by playing Small World and cards that slow down our opponents like Hand Traps, Anti-Spell, and Overroot. Depending on what you play against, you could replace Red Reboot with a copy of Nibiru. All the armed dragons can tribute themselves and a monster from your hand to summon the next level. They also have effects that activate when discarded for another dragon monster's effect. Level 3 can draw a card. Level 5 can add any level 5 or higher dragon. It is important to remember that this can add both Tempest and Graham. Level 5 can add any level 5 or higher armed dragon. Pile can summon itself by discarding another dragon, and then it can foolish one armed dragon to gain attack based off of that dragon's level. Lightning can summon Tempest from the deck by discarding itself and another dragon. Tempest can summon itself from the hand or grave by banishing 2 wind monsters from the hand or grave. Tempest can also discard itself and another wind monster to add a dragon from your deck to your hand. Graham can summon itself too, but only by banishing dragon monsters. When you destroy an opponent's monster by battle, you can equip it to this card. Graham can also target one monster on the field to lose 1000 attack points for each equipped card and negates that monster's effects. All of these are once per turn. I think this deck is still pretty strong even without the unlimited negates the recently banned Union Carrier allowed it to do. I also have a branded replay prepared if you want to see how we would deal with that. If you made it this far, check out the comment section below. I should have a poll up that will help me decide on what deck I should attempt to climb with this season. I might also bring it to a Master Circuit Series event if I get to play again. Until next time.